I always like to read a lot, and when I was, you know, I had to go through ESL and learn English in junior high. And then my Spanish teacher was a really good person, very helpful. So I thought I wanted to be a high school teacher. But we didn't have that much money, so I didn't know how I was going to make it. Then I thought of you know, going to college. And in 1968, when I graduated from high school and went to college, they were not accepting many students of color or minority students into the colleges. So my class was the first one to be accepted in a group of colleges called Claremont colleges. They're known as the Harvard of the West. They're in Los Angeles, between Los Angeles and San Bernardino. And then UCLA actually didn't have that many Chicanos or Mexicanos in it. So I think a big accomplishment was actually to get into college and then graduate. And about that time, that's when the Chicano movement started, and students were walking out of the high schools. And so I kind of transitioned from being very Mexicano to being more of a Chicano and looking at the issues here. And when I went to college, I finished in 4 years, and then I didn't know how I was going to do it, but then I went for a doctorate degree so that I could be a professor at the university. And I finished that in 5 years. And I think those two accomplishments have kind of helped me continue the struggle for social justice, for the rights of Latinos and other people who don't have equal opportunity. How many of you have ever heard of the Black legend? No? La leyenda negra? No? The Black legend is a collection of stories about how bad the Spanish people are. You can see a lot of the Black legend coming out every time that there's immigration discussions, when people talk about Mexicans coming here. But I think that these negative messages about the inferiority of the Spanish people, or the inferiority of the Mexican people, or the inferiority of Latinos in general, the Black legend is very much alive today. And I saw it with my own children growing up. They're born in this country, and they always felt like, am I a real Mexican? Am I a real American? It's like, what am I, right? So it only makes sense that if you give somebody nothing but negative messages from the time that they begin to go to kindergarten, then they're going to grow up with a negative concept of themselves, right? To me, that's the #1 problem that Latinos face. But it's even a worse problem because we're not even aware of it. I mean, nobody knows what the Black legend is. I mean, everybody knows what it is in terms of all of the bad things that are being said about us, but they don't know that it's a historical, centuries-long kind of an issue. You see what I'm saying? We need to have the decision-making power. We need to run for office. We need to take over the city council in Santa Rosa. We need to take over the supervisors in the county. We need to take over the sheriff's office. We need to do all of that. But if we don't think we're worth it, we're not going to do it. And so that issue then becomes a political issue, and it becomes an economic issue, because if we don't struggle to move up, make money, and then give it back to the community. Does that make sense? I'm actually in the task force for the Andy Lopez. It's not really the task force for the Andy Lopez case, but 21 people were appointed by the Board of Supervisors not to look into the case because it's not really our authority, but on what to do so that these things don't happen again. So the task force was given 3 charges or 3 responsibilities. One is to look into the creation of an overview, an oversight committee that would look at the police or the sheriff every time they do some kind of shooting or otherwise hurt citizens, to look into what they did and be part of the review process. The second thing is to look into how the police operate, why they do what they do and how they do it, and what kind of training they get, and see what changes we can make so that they don't make stupid mistakes. The third one is what can we do to heal the community so that they can be, because, I mean, if you get in trouble, even after the Antelope shooting, if your parents get in trouble or somebody breaking into your house, you're still calling the police. I mean, who else are you going to call? Ghostbusters? The laws protecting the police are so set. Federal, state, and local law really, really protects the police. So in order to make changes, that's what I was saying earlier, we need to get people who understand the community and understand the issue and have a sense of humanity. We need those people to become sheriffs and be in charge of the sheriff department. That's really the way to address the problem. We need to do it ourselves. But even then, you know, being a Latino sheriff doesn't really guarantee that they're not going to make mistakes or that they even like Latinos. I mean, there are Latinos who don't like Latinos, right? So, so I think that there are 2 different things happening here. One is the way that the law is already set. And so the way that it's set is that if you are a police officer of any kind, FBI, CIA, federal police, state police, sheriff, or city police, if you feel that your life is threatened, if you just feel that it's threatened, then you can respond and kill anybody. So then, that is so subjective, right? Because, I mean, you read in the paper like somebody pulled up a knife. Well, I thought you were going to kill me, so I had to shoot you, right? How true is it, right? Like I was reading 3 or 4 days ago, they went to arrest somebody, and these 3 pit bulls charged the police officers. They didn't shoot them. They tased them, the dogs, right? So it's like, why don't they tase people instead of shooting people? If they can do it to dogs, why can't they do it to people, right? So we need to really stay alert and ask questions, you know. And most of all, we need to be political. You know, in most of my classes at the university, when I ask, how many of you like politics? 1 or 2 people raise their hands. People don't like politics, and yet we live politics.
Hi, my name is Abigail Pardo.
Hi, my name is Leslie Calderon.
Hi, my name is Alex Torres.
Hi, my name is Andrea Bautista.
Hi, my name is Francisco Valdez.
Hi, my name is Mabel Palacios.